Hello and welcome to 27 Fox Place. In today's video, I'm going to be reorganizing my pantry. As you can see, it has become quite disorganized. I know it doesn't look like it now, but this pantry used to be nicely organized. But because we had to increase the food supply we usually keep on hand, things just got shoved into whatever empty space was available. I'm not going to be pulling out everything in this pantry today. I'm just going to be working one shelf at a time. But I am going to need more space, so I'm going to relocate the water that we keep on hand for emergencies. In order to save money, we typically buy in bulk and we stock up on sale items whenever we can. Because our kitchen doesn't have a pantry, I built these shelves in the garage so we would have some place to store extra food and supplies. So to remove some of the grime that's built up on the cabinets, I'm just going to be using some all-purpose cleaner and a magic eraser. And once the shelves are all cleaned off, I'm going to be moving all the canned goods to the right-hand side. My goals for organizing this space are a little bit different. Normally, I would place frequently used items lower where they're easy to reach. But in this case, I need heavy items lower so they're more manageable when I pull them off the shelf. But also, because we live in earthquake country, I need heavy items and appliances down lower to avoid damage if things come crashing down. Another challenge I have with this pantry is that the shelves are not adjustable, so I need to try and maximize the vertical space as much as possible. I've been using these clear bins to organize the pantry for a few years now, and as you'll see throughout the video, they're very useful in a variety of ways. Because these bins are easy to pull off the shelf, it makes it easier to keep the shelves clean, but it also allows me to move things around as my needs change. First main goal is to sort things into larger categories, and once that's done, I can work on each shelf individually. it's the great relish debacle that prompted me to tackle this project. As you can see, we have quite a bit of relish on hand. So because our pantry was so disorganized, I was unable to find any relish in the pantry. So while I was at the grocery store, I picked up a few jars, only to come home and find that we were already well stocked. I used to keep condiments and seasonings together on one shelf, but now that I have more room, I can split them up so that condiments are on one shelf and seasonings on another. I prefer to use clear organizers in the pantry because I can easily see what's inside and things don't get overlooked, which helps reduce waste. But also, things don't get lost in the back of the cabinet because I can pull out the bin to access what I need. The only thing extra that I bought for this project are these gray bins that I got from Target. I bought them online because they were the perfect size to fit side by side on these shelves. Not only are they the perfect size, but they'll make it easy to access what I have stored on the upper shelves. I prefer clear organizers so that foods don't get overlooked. I found that smaller items in large bins makes it harder to find what I need because some things get buried at the bottom. But a clearly labeled bin can make a good option for bulky items like this. Another thing that I really like about these clear bins is that they're stackable, which allows me to maximize the vertical space and still access what I need. Now that I have everything sorted into categories that make sense, I need to clear a space on the lower shelves for the small appliances that I need to keep in here. And my original plan was to store all the canned goods on the right-hand side, but as you'll see, in order to make room for the appliances, I eventually have to relocate some of the canned goods. Because my coffee maker is too tall to fit on the left-hand side where I wanted to put it, I'm going to have to relocate some of the canned goods. And the thing that made the most sense was to keep all the tomato products together. So the only thing I have left are my 2 crockpots. So I need to clear a shelf on the lower left-hand side so that I can keep them together. You may have noticed that this little basket here is a bit misshapen. It arrived damaged and I need to exchange it, but I wanted to wait to make sure that I was going to use it. Now that I've finished organizing the pantry, I'll go ahead and tidy up for the day. Tomorrow I can come back and make labels and add them to the pantry. I'm going to make some simple labels using supplies that I already have on hand. I'm just going to cut down some cardstock and then I'll use my label makers to print out some labels. Now that I have the labels made, I'm going to attach them to the gray baskets using binder clips. For the clear bins, I'm just going to print out labels on my label maker, and then I'll attach them directly to the front of the bins. I was having trouble putting these items into separate categories until I realized they were all the ingredients that I use for pumpkin pie, so I decided to create a bin just for that. Another way I use these clear bins is to keep things separated on the shelf without interrupting visual continuity. Having clearly labeled bins makes it easier to put things away where they belong. But more importantly, labeled bins help me to maintain an organized pantry because I can see when I'm running low on something. And an empty bin tells me that I need to restock, so I remember to add it to my grocery list. That's all for today's video. I hope I've inspired you to get started on your own pantry. And thanks so much for joining me today. And if you like this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.